Hey YouTube, Jethro here. So I've had a few people kind of talk and want to know a little bit more about beekeeping. They're kind of interested in getting in it. Now to let you know, I'm just starting out. There's a lot of people that's starting out this year. 1952 Jeep, the Frog Toad. He started out on bees. My whole deal is I've jumped into way too many things, and got in over my head and had to swim pretty hard to get out of it. So what I decided to do with this project was, one, build up my equipment. Okay, I started in the spring talking about bees. I joined an area club, and the club is really neat. They didn't even make me join. They said I was welcome to come to any meeting I wanted to, all of them if I wanted to. Just to have a membership to be able to vote was $15 a year. So I give them the $15 and I don't even care to vote. It's just kind of the information's worth it to me. So anyhow, if you're planning on starting out bees or thinking about it, number one, I suggest you kind of find somebody that has bees, because they will give you a lot of knowledge, a lot of their knowledge for free, a lot of information. They're excited about getting people into it. Number two would be start buying your equipment now. Start building, stocking up, whatever it's going to take. Because I can tell you right now, from what I've priced to get into it, you're talking about a bare minimum of probably $250, $300 to build one hive, buy one set of bees to go in that hive, and then buy the clothing that it would take to take care of them. So what I have done is I went to a True Value around here. They carry some beekeeping supplies, not the one closest to me, but about 30 miles away. Got me a pair of gloves, $10. Pretty good bargain. Nice soft leather, heavy canvas on the arms, and as you see, I mean, when it comes down to taking care of that far up the arm, and like I say, I haven't been stung yet, and I've been helping a guy so I could learn about the process of them. Thing number two that I bought to help me get started is I went ahead and bought a good jacket with a hood attached. Now this one I actually ordered, and I looked all over the place. It come from Pigeon Mountain, and I'm not advertising for them, but I am going to say that I was happy with the customer service, with the shipping. It got here quick, and they was actually, for what I was wanting, the cheapest that I could find, and for the heaviness and the quality of the material, I really am impressed. So those are two major things. Now for pants, right now I just use a real heavy denim blue jean, but I can tell you darker clothes, from what I've seen, irritate bees more. So I do have patterns for kind of like a rendezvous type clothing and stuff. I'm going to get some real heavy material because they're just comfortable with me anyway, and let my wife make me a white pair or a light colored pair out of those. Thing number two, or three I guess it'd be, start working on getting your hive set up. And I believe the Two Dogs Made is kind of the one that made a comment about it, and I have to go back and look, but anyway, flip this around so I can see what I'm doing. I did go online, and I just basically, I looked up a pattern, and I did do the box joints on it, and I really wasn't too happy. I mean, they take so much time to do. So what I settled down to do was standard boxes. 19 7/8 is the front to back, and 16 1/4 is your front plate going from side to side. Okay, so the actual side plates are 19 7/8. The front plates are 16 1/4. And with me doing a rabbited edge, which you can see the seam on there. Basically I come in about a ½ inch and just kind of took a dado head and rabbited everything out all the way around the front, or the sides, the top, and down. And then I just had to figure out my measurement between, which I think I come up with 19 1/4 was the way I done mine. Now I suggest going ahead and doing it this way, or just making your boxes pretty tight, because I thought about going ahead and making a box. Let me make sure on this. That one. Right at 19 is what I come up with on those, and that's a good fitting box. I've ordered in a couple different types of frames, which are down here in the bottom. This is one style, and this is a style that's recommended to me. It's a plastic inner with a wooden outer. They say they spin a lot better and they don't warp or break down as bad in the sun, and you can actually take them and pop them apart and replace the plastic if need be. But anyhow, with getting the wooden ones, if your box is just a hair bit too tight or anything like that, you can actually do a little trimming on them and make them work. If it's too long, you're kind of out of luck. You can add a little strip on the inside. Now what I did think about doing was just making this just a squared off box and just rabbiting out the top, or making a squared off box and just putting a filler strip on the inside of them so that my frames would hang on them. But you got too much of a gap on the edges, and that'll cause them to build a comb outside of it, and when you go to removing your frames, you're going to have a lot of problems. As far as the baseboard, I'm just doing a screened board type deal, and the reason being is that around here my weather isn't too bad, and the guys I talk to, you know, they stack stuff around them, they get plenty of ventilation, but they seem like their hives do fine. So I guess it's kind of another introduction. I've done it before, but I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time, because right now is when you need to be getting ready if you're going to be doing it in spring. I mean, you have the winter months. If you have a garage, you have a few simple tools. The things I recommend is you can do it with either a small table saw, you can do it with a circular saw, you know, just a handheld. You do need a good speed square, not just the small ones like these, but go ahead and get the big 12-inch one. And I'm going to make a box here in a little bit, so I'll show you kind of the reason I want to use this one. And a router. A router table is really nice. Lowe's has this one, whatever, something Hawk, Blue Hawk. Router, the table, all together for like $100, and that will do a whole lot of different stuff, not just bee boxes, but I mean it's handy. And you can cut out those rabbets that I was talking about on the front panels and the back panel to fit your sides in. So just with those two pieces, just the router and that saw, I can make some really nice solid boxes, really good and square, and that's just a way to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off here. You know, those are just some things to think about when getting into bees. And like I say, it's awesome. I've been excited with what I've seen and what I've done, and cannot wait till spring whenever I get to order mine and get them in. Warning, you don't get really any honey the first year unless it's just a super great year. Usually your bees, your first hives, they work on building up the brood and storing honey for the following year, and you never really touch the main box or the two main supers if you stack two of them. The shallow supers are the ones that you'll start harvesting honey out of, and you'll even leave one of those so they have plenty of energy for the winter. Get a bee book, Bees for Dummies. I think they have one up like that. There's several of them out there. Go to the local library, get you a book and read it. I mean, a lot of information can be had from those, a lot of plans, but you know, forget the plans because they seem like they take a little bit more effort than what I've come up with myself. So anyway, we'll cut this one off, and next one I'll go ahead and I'll build another main body, and we'll catch y'all later.